Hello everyone, and welcome to the ProDev Lab. My name is Dave Deese, and I am your host for this podcast. In this episode, I'd like to share with you some work I've done and experiments in the lab on empathy in the workplace and how it's important not only for you, but for the people around you. Of course, that's the idea behind empathy, right? So let's take a dive into a recording that I did not too long ago that addresses empathy in the workplace. Hopefully you'll enjoy this and be able to use this content moving forward in building your empathy as a workplace and professional skill. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to share and to comment. I'd love to hear from you, get your feedback so that I can work harder to make these better for you in the future. Thanks for listening. We're going to talk about empathy in the workplace. What we mean by that, it's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, be aware of their feelings, and understand their needs. We're going to talk a lot about that in this session because empathy is all about understanding what the person feels and actually feel their feelings, whether it's personal or work-related. And we want to use this session to be able to show you how to apply empathy in your place of work. Why empathy in the workplace? The first thing it's going to do is build trust. People are going to be able to see you as a trusting person because you can empathize with whatever it is that they're going through the stresses of life, the stresses of work, and how it affects their actual work. Because of that, it makes you approachable. People aren't going to be afraid of what you're going to think of them or if you're going to judge them. They know that they can come to you because you're empathetic to whatever is going on in their lives. By doing that, it's going to build an understanding within yourself. You will be able to better understand the people that you work with when you can empathize with whatever is going on in their life. And through that, you're going to be able to create a team sense of purpose. So everybody on the team is going to have a bigger purpose than just doing the job. They're actually going to work as a team to get things done. How do we get to be an empathetic leader? The big key to doing that is become a good listener. Really listen to what people are telling you and fight the urge to interrupt. You know, when we interrupt people, we're doing many things. We're stopping them from completing their story. We've also prioritized what we want to say while they're still talking. So we kind of stop listening well before we even interrupt. This is a really important skill to do to be more empathetic with those you work with. Another skill is kindness. Everything should be dealt using kindness. The moment of kindness is now and always. Think about how to be kind to the people that you want to be empathetic to. It's the best way to become better understanding with those that you work with. Think about the perspective that they're coming from. See the challenges that they have from their point of view. Really put yourself in their shoes and think about how are they seeing this. And through listening and kindness, you'll be able to get their perspective. And from that, you'll be able to work better together. Best practices for empathy in the workplace. Imagine what work and life is like for the other person. Everybody has a story, and you never know what other people are going through, just like they don't know what you're going through. Have empathy for what they are going through. Speak from the other person's point of view. We can become better communicators through empathy because we're not just trying to shove our ideas down their throat. We're actually trying to see how they view different challenges at work and life. Listen carefully, completely, and practice the skill continuously. We deal a lot with people both at work and at home. So really take the time that it takes to really listen. Let the other person finish what their thought is before responding, if you even need to respond. And always practice this. Be kind in all your interactions with others. It's always a good time to be kind. It doesn't cost anything, and everybody's going to appreciate it, just as you would. Practice patience. Being patient, in other words, being kind to somebody even when they make it hard. Listen carefully, let the other person finish, and just really practice being patient. Here's my reading list that I'd like to recommend to help you learn how to apply the skills of empathy. One is Drive by Daniel H. Pink, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. This will help you get a perspective about what really motivates people as a whole at both work and in life. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, where the author talks about being impeccable with your word. Don't talk about other people behind their backs. Take nothing personally. Whatever your challenges are at work and in life, don't take things personally. Make no assumptions. Be willing to ask the brave questions. Don't assume what people are thinking. Ask them. And always do your best. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book will help you to understand how to see things from other people's perspectives and how to speak to other people knowing what they're thinking, what they're going through, and of course, doing that kindly and with empathy. And that is empathy in the workplace.